Have you ever had that moment where you think you know who you are, what you want? And then the universe slides in wearing a cloak, pulls out a mirror, and demands you stare at what you've been hiding? Well, buckle up, because Pluto is retrograding in Aquarius, starting the 6th of May 2026, and that mirror is unforgiving. This isn't your usual Mercury retrograde forgot to text you back kind of drama. This is deep soil shifting, root exposing, identity reshaping energy. We're talking secrets, lies brought to light, power dynamics flipped, relationships tested, both loved ones and the ones you don't even realize are relationships, hello workplace, family, social media, those group chats. If you stick around, I'll tell you exactly how this plays out for your sign, who gets hit hardest, and what you can do about it so you're not blindsided. And yes, if you know people in those signs, they're going to be acting weird, intense, dramatic. It helps to be prepared. What exactly is this transit? On May 6th at 11:34 a.m. ET, Pluto stations retrograde in Aquarius, around 5 degrees Aquarius 30 RX. Pluto retrogrades roughly yearly for about 5 months. With it in Aquarius this time, the entire transit wants us to reflect on how we deal with power, how we belong or don't, to groups/ideas, what ideals we cling to, what freedoms we think we have, but maybe don't. When Pluto is retrograde, its energy turns inward. What was hidden, suppressed, ignored starts whispering, or screaming. Secrets come up. Control issues you didn't know you had. They show their faces. Lies, yours, others, are harder to hide. Power dynamics that are lopsided begin to crack. And since this is happening in Aquarius, the collective, community, innovation, tech, or social norms are key playgrounds for all of this. Who's going to feel it most and why? There are 4 signs that astrologers widely agree will feel this transit more intensely than most. If you're one of them, or have strong placements, Sun, Rising, Moon, key planets, in one, get ready. These are Aquarius, Scorpio, Taurus, Leo. Aquarius, Pluto is retrograding in your sign. That means identity, ego, how you show up for yourself, how you want to serve or rebel, all of that gets shaken. Things you thought you shut down, beliefs, behaviors, styles, even friendships that anchored you in old versions of yourself may not fit now. You'll feel this one strong and personal. Scorpio, ruled by Pluto, and this transit cuts into your 4th house territory, family, home, roots, emotional foundation. Old hurts, ancestral patterns, secrets around your upbringing or family life, they'll come up. You might find yourself wanting to move, or wanting to change how your family interacts. Emotional security might feel unstable. Taurus, this hits your 10th house, career, public image, authority, legacy. Are you where you thought you'd be? Are you fulfilling your potential or just performing? You may be forced to examine how you've compromised, or been compromised, in your professional life, or how much control, or lack thereof, you have. Reputation, ambition, leadership, all under scrutiny. Leo, partnerships, romantic, business, close friendships, are under the lens. There's likely to be tension around fairness, dominance, control. Are you being overshadowed? Are you allowing someone else to hold more power than is healthy? Might be love affairs that reveal hidden agendas, or long-term collaborations falling apart or needing renegotiation. If you're not one of those, you'll still feel this energy, just less personal, more as an observer or through the people you interact with. Watch those friends or co-workers in those signs. You'll notice unusual intensity, some retreating, some exploding. Here's what might happen, depending on your sign, and what you can do. Someone in Leo, say your best friend, might get moody, cut you off, or be releasing a partner controlling them and needing support. Instead of just getting annoyed, you can help by listening, gently pointing out what you see, encouraging them to talk it out or set boundaries. Taurus may get passed over at work, see someone else get credit for their labor, feel like they've been playing it small, perhaps noticing that their job title or public appearance isn't aligned with what they want. That could spark a crisis. It could also be a moment to update that LinkedIn, demand a raise, or start a side hustle. For Aquarians, identity crisis incoming. You may suddenly dislike hobbies or aesthetic choices you used to love, feel a deep urge to change your style, detach from old friends, move house, even switch career direction. Use this energy to experiment, but don't burn bridges blindly. Reflect, journal, try new versions of yourself. Scorpios, old family wounds, generational trauma might push its way into awareness. Maybe things like property, inheritance, parenting, home life will force you to confront messy business. Therapy, Ancestral work, honest conversations might be messy, but necessary. Also, there might be revelations. Someone lying about money, someone hiding secrets, in relationships, at work, these could come out. Power abuses, boss or partner or institution, will be harder to ignore. So keep your eyes open. Don't gift people trust you don't feel, and don't let fear of confrontation let things fester. What about love, money, relationships, revenge, growth? Love and relationships. This transit may bring up karmic relationships. You might reconnect with an old flame whose unresolved issues are catalysts for your growth. Existing relationships will be tested. Control, jealousy, power imbalance, secrets surfacing. It's a time for radical honesty. If something has been bothering you, don't brush it under the rug. If it's toxic, letting go might feel brutal but could be liberating. Money, shared finances, inheritances, debts, investments could be exposed. Maybe you find out someone has been hiding something. Or maybe you realize your values around money are mismatched, you work too much for too little, or spend to avoid feelings. For Taurus especially, work/public reward balance is key. Use this retrograde to audit finances, renegotiate terms, eliminate what drains you. Power and lies, old lies, suppressed truths, manipulations will now have less room to hide. That boss, partner, or even social circle who's been playing puppet master may be revealed. Also, your own lies to yourself, about who you are, what you want, get harder to sustain. Growth and revenge? Revenge rarely feels as good as self-transforming. But you will feel temptation. Move and channel that energy into growth, reclaiming your power, healing. Use this period to build, not burn, unless burning is metaphorical, a toxic friendship, job, etc. What you can to do. Daily journaling, especially asking questions like what power am I giving away? What am I hiding from myself or others? How would I show up if I were fully me, without masks? Shadow work and therapy, revisit old trauma, patterns, beliefs. Inner child or ancestral work especially, Scorpio and Taurus. Boundaries ritual, physically write down where you want boundaries, in love, work, friend groups. Burn or bury the paper, or see it as planting signposts. Cleansing, smoke, ritual baths, salt. These are particularly helpful when lies or betrayal are involved or you feel heavy from emotional baggage. Divination, tarot, runes, astrology chart work. Ask what is the truth here? What is being hidden? The magic of release, write a release letter you don't send. Let go of attachments emotionally. What this transit means for each sign. Here's a lightning round overview. If you want more detail, check your rising and moon signs. Aries, friend groups, affiliations, social goals under review. Some people you thought supported you may show up differently. Taurus, big review in career, public face, ambition. Are you leading or just following? Gemini, beliefs, worldview, travel, philosophy get reworked. Maybe you change spiritual paths or your educational direction. Cancer, deep emotional healing, confronting things you've avoided. Secrets or fears you buried could surface. Leo, intimacy and power in partnerships pulled into sharp light. This might be crisis or clarity. Virgo, daily routines, self-care, health, patterns that don't serve will be obvious. Libra, creativity, romance, children, literal or metaphorical, might demand more authenticity. Your artistic expression may flare. Scorpio, home, roots, family, emotional foundation, revisited. Something buried in childhood could influence your choices now. Sagittarius, communication, siblings, thoughts, maybe siblings or close neighbors drama. Conversations you've been avoiding happen. Capricorn, finances, self-worth, values, what you value materially versus spiritually. Aquarius, identity overhaul. Who are you when no one is watching? What beliefs, styles, and scripts are truly yours versus what you adopted? Pisces, spiritual life, subconscious, dreams, and anything hidden. You might see more in dreams, more signs, more intuition. Global or societal implications, and specific predictions. We might see large institutions or enforcement systems exposed, corruption scandals in tech companies, government, social platforms. Whistleblowers are likely. Social movements, because Aquarius rules community, the collective, progress, expect debates over freedom and individual rights versus collective responsibility to intensify. Technology's role, AI, privacy, surveillance, will come under heavier scrutiny. Ideological shift, Some widely accepted norms may be challenged, for example, how we define work, gig economy, social media influence. Some laws/regulations might be reconsidered. Global revealings: expect secret deals, shady contracts, or hidden power brokers to get exposed in media. By late summer 2026, a high-profile tech company whistleblower or data leak will force a conversation about user privacy, data ethics. Political alliances may fracture. Governments or leaders who have been hiding misuse of power might be exposed or forced to resign. In finance, some major investment or fund previously thought stable might be revealed to have hidden risk or mismanagement, affecting markets or public confidence. How to ride this transit without getting crushed? Do the inner work early. Don't wait until October. Start journaling, therapy, honest conversations now. Build support systems, friends who tell you the truth, not just yes people. Maybe even a coach or therapist. Be alert to lying or manipulation, from others and yourself. If something feels off, it probably is. Let go of what no longer fits. Dress styles, friend groups, jobs, beliefs: if it's old and limp, it's weighing you down. This retrograde is ruthless, yes, but in the best way. It's not about destruction for no reason, it's about clearing so something radical, new, true can grow. If you survive unmasked, you'll walk out stronger, clearer, more aligned with who you really are. So, watch for those signs, hold onto your self-respect, do the mystical work, and may you emerge from this retrograde not just transformed, but reborn.